Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to shoot a little video today showing you how to put fans on a amplifier, like my real old 2600 watt amp that was garbage. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to put cooling fans on it. You like the camera? Yeah. I went on a school trip and I left my other camera in the hotel. So we're using this one.
Alright, so I got this old school ADS amp here. Someone gave it to me. They said that the friend of theirs was throwing it out, and it's an old amp. The thing weighs like 20 pounds. But anyways, I'm not going to show you how to install fans like my amp because I don't feel like ripping it out. So this will have to do. So anyways, for an amp like this, it already has all these cooling fins on it. So if your amp has big cooling fins on it like these, what you can do to mount the fans, I have a fan here, is if you're going to put like 4 of them on, you put one there, one there, one there, one there, and you don't have to drill any holes or anything. The way I did it is I just took caulk, you could use like silicone, liquid nails or something, and just run a bead of it right around this outside edge of your fan, and then just take it and put it down on there and line it up. Line it up on that fin there, so that way your fan will either blow or suck air through these fins and help keep it cool. And if you've got 4 of them, your amp will stay pretty cool. And then to wire these up, you could take off the cover of your amp, drill a small hole through it, and run your wires inside your amp, and then find your remote wire, hook the positive to your remote and negative to your ground. It's kind of hard to show you without taking it all apart and stuff, but that's how I did it on my old amp, except the surface of it was just a flat surface. So what I did was I took the cover of the amp off and I drilled holes in it, like a whole bunch of little holes in it, and then I took the caulk and mounted the fans right over the holes. So they're big holes, so that way the vents on the side of the amp would let air come in, and then it would suck it through the amp and then blow the hot air out the fans. So I'm not sure how well it actually ever worked because I could never feel any air moving. I think they were really cheap fans, but it looked cool. And on that amp, since I was already drilling holes, I took it, I ran the wires underneath and through the holes that I had already drilled, and then I hooked them. I actually brought them out the side and into the remote wire instead of like hooking it up in the back. So I'm in the process of taking this amp apart, and look at this little cover here comes off, and underneath it there's all these little switches and stuff, so you can like flip things and change different like settings and stuff. Oh, that's cool. These whole chips come out, so you can like change them or something. And then down here it's got all these little jumpers. I'm not sure what exactly they do, but there's a whole bunch of like little jumpers here, so you can like switch them around and change stuff. And then down here there's a whole bunch of like knobs. I don't know if they're like the gain dials or what they are, but they don't build them like they used to. Alright, so I voided my warranty, even though it's probably like, this amp's pretty old. So what you'd want to do is take out the chip before, if you're drilling into your case, you want to take out the chip. So you'd have to just go through, and there's little screws there that hold transistors to the casing because they get hot. And there's this white nasty stuff. It's some sort of like heat transfer material, and it doesn't like dry up or anything, so it's kind of nasty when you get it on your hands, so just watch out for that stuff. But yeah, you just take out all these little screws here, and then there's other screws that hold down the chip. Just take out those, and then the whole chip should slide right out. Well, it'd probably slide out from this end. And then you can drill your holes through your casing without damaging your chip. You can drill a hole for your power wires, and then you're just going to want to run all your wires somehow either through, like right down in here, there's a little bit of space between those two. You can run them over here to where your power inputs are. Figure out which one's your ground, which this big thick black wire here is probably where the ground is. So this is your ground. And then this one over here is your remote turn on. So you can just solder the wires straight to those. And then you got a nice clean looking install. And you can't see the wires. And then when you turn it on, it automatically flips the fans on. So that's how that's done. Alright, so I hooked this amp up, and look at that, these little LEDs kick on. Alright, so now I took out all those other screws, and carefully I'm going to take out the chip. There's that white stuff I was talking about. Ew. This amp didn't actually have a lot of that sticky white stuff, and it's actually kind of dried out because it's so old. It had like this tape stuff on it. Of some sort of heat transfer tape, so just make sure you don't peel that off or anything. So now once you got your case, just go ahead and drill a bunch of holes. It's smart if you take the fan like on the inside and figure out where it's going to go, so then you don't end up with miscellaneous holes, you know, wherever. So, you know, line it up where you want it, maybe mark around it with a marker or something, so that way you get all your holes in the middle. And it's easier if you take a smaller drill bit and make a whole bunch of smaller holes than if you take like a big one. I tried it with a big one and it wasn't happening. So then your fans would go on the outside, you'd make a smaller hole, or just run your wires through one of your other holes. And then you just run them up and in between some of your transistors. Just run them up through your transistors there and call it good. And then you throw everything back together. Make sure you don't leave out any screws. And you should be good. You'd have a nice, cool fans. Keep your amp cool. Looks cool. You know. And you voided your warranty. So congratulations. Y'all want to see how not fusing your circuits can cause a fire? You ready? Dead short. There you go. And now your car is on fire.